So we'll discuss about Python conditional statements. If statement is used to test a specific condition, if condition is true, a block of code will be executed. We talk about if else statement, similar to if statement, but it also provides you the block of code for the false part. If statement means true statement, but in else, that will be the false part. If the condition in if statement is false, then it will come in the else part. So remember one thing, only true condition will be executed every time. Nested if means within if you have lots of if else statements, then within if elif that is called elif actually. If elif else, that is a complete block of nested blocks. Okay. So let me show you through the decision making tree, then you can understand. So this is a simple condition. If condition is there, so if condition is false, then it will directly terminate. Okay. It will not print anything because if condition is false. So what I am saying here, if condition is false, then it will not print anything. It will directly get exited. Okay. Here it is an exit actually. But if condition is true, then in that case, what will happen? It will run the block of code here. And once block of code gets completed, then it will exit. So what is the difference between this one? It will, in false, it is directly exiting without printing anything. But if condition is true, then it is running the block of code and printing something. Okay. So very simple example. If you see here, a is equal to 33, b is equal to 200. If b is greater than a, is this true? Yeah, this is true.
Yes.
So it will print this message. Yeah, B is greater than a. But if you do vice versa of this condition, so you simply mention a is greater than b, then this condition becomes false, right?
Yes.
So in that case, it will not print anything because we did not mention else condition.
Yes. And is this a syntax, the colon and...
This is the correct syntax, exact syntax, which you need to. Important part is indentation. Indentation means there should be gap after once you enter colon. So if you see here, there's some space here. Okay. Space means if I show you in Jupyter, then you will surely see it. Let me go into Jupyter. I'll mention same condition there. So if I say a is equal to 5, b is equal to 200, and I say if b is greater than a, colon, if I press enter here, so see some magic. So print is coming here. Okay, this is called indentation. In Python, the most important part is indentation. Okay, b is greater than. If I run it, I will get the output. What happens if I run it and I reverse the condition? A is greater than b. So if I try to run it, it will not give anything because this condition is false actually. So what you understood here, instead of mentioning a greater than b, so what you understood this one, if I simply mention print a greater than b, so what will be the output? Any idea? So it will return, it will print, what it will print? It will print either true or false only. Here it is printing false. So in some programming, what you can do, you can simply mention false as well, rather than just mentioning the here. Although we are mentioning the condition here, that's why we are using. But somewhere you will also find like instead of mentioning the condition, you will say if true. So it means you want to print this condition anyhow. Okay, so that's why you are using if true. But it is very rare to use. You can simply use without if you want to print this condition. Okay. I'm telling about, you can also mention if true, or and then you can mention if false. False condition will never be printed. Remember one thing, I did not mention colon, so it took on the starting of the line, but this is incorrect. So this is another way to understand this one. If you are doing some mistake, so just use print here. I say this block will never be executed in case of false statement. So if I run it in case of else, you don't require false. Else is automatically false, or vice versa. So, but if I do false here, let me do it again. If I do if true false, then else will be true.
Yes.
This time it will be printed. But remember, usually we put conditions. Tell me.
True gets printed.
Yeah, true is getting printed always, every time. So let's move on to the slide. So this is the condition. Okay. Then what are the blocks actually? What are the logical conditions that Python support? Okay. So let's understand those logical conditions. Even I will mention some heading here. Just if statement. We have if else conditions for logical comparison actually. So what you usually will get in if else, someone say a equal to b, so please remember here double equal to we are using because it is used for comparison, and then a equal to b, and a less than b, a greater than b, a less than equal to b, a greater than. So these are the conditions.
Equal to is a bit different and not equal to is fine, right? Double equal to is being used, right? For equal to.
What does that mean? So you will be comparing the values.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, like A is equal to B will be the usual coding in other programming languages, right?
No. Everywhere for comparison, you will be using the same. That is called actually A equal to B means assignment. Assignment means you are assigning the value of B to A. always remember assignment
B.
works in that way only. You are assigning
Okay,
B
okay.
to A, it will work in that way. So these are the conditions usually you will find in if else. So what else is there? We have covered if else block as well, but what is the condition with else? Let's say condition, if condition is true, then this block will execute it.
Yes.
If this condition is true, then this block will be executed. Only one block will be executed at a time.
Correct.
You will not find anywhere like you are getting if and else both output. It's not possible. It's like
Yes.
you are tossing a coin and there's a probability of 50-50, right? Either
Yes.
head will come or tail will come. Same here. Either if will be printed or else will be printed. So these are mutually exclusive. So nowhere you will get if else condition output same. Means in one go. So let's move on further. If elif else, where you will be using elif condition when you have multiple choices, or we can say more than two choices. Okay.
Okay.
More than two choices for decision making. Then elif will come into picture. Real life example, I'm creating the scenario here. You are the HR of the company and you need to give appraisal letters to the employees. But what condition, on what condition? So you will see if rating is, there are five ratings here. A plus, you can say 500, B plus, B and C. Okay. So A plus will get, like I mentioned here, A plus will get 20% in payment. A will get 15%. B plus will get 10%. This is increment. B will get 5%. C will get 1%. So what happens? So how you will find the ratings? So let's say you have one what we call rating variable, which gets take the rating actually, because we have to define the function, then we need to enter the rating of the employee. I'm using double equal to remember always this one, okay? Because I'm comparing. Then print, hey, you are eligible for 20% appraisal. But now other ratings are also there, right? So you will elif condition here. If rating is equal to A, then you can mention same like column was missing, that's why it came into starting of the line. And then elif rating equal to B plus. Then you can mention you are eligible for 10%, and elif rating equal to C 1%. Else part you can mention invalid choice or something. Else part means you're just trying to handle if someone tries to
Okay.
any invalid output, invalid input. Please
Okay.
try again. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Let's run it.
Yeah.
So if I mention A plus here, so yeah, you are eligible. You can E 5%. If I say C, so it is giving error. Why? So actual
Rating. Rating.
Yeah, see, so name rating is not defined.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's switch, run it again. If I say C, it's fine. But if I say CC, then it
So
will.
for elif also we have to use the same colon and the same thing. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I will tell you, colon will be mostly everywhere it will be used. Means conditional statement,
Okay. Okay.
loops, functions, classes, everywhere you will be using these columns. And
Okay.
wherever you are using columns, so the next line will be auto indented. If I mention CC here, so it will say invalid input. Please try again.
Okay.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
That needs some theoretical stuff if we have. The elif statements enable us to check multiple conditions and execute the specific block of statements depending upon the true condition among them.
Yeah.
We can have any number of elif statements in our program depending upon our needs. That's the thing, same thing we did. Let's see what we have further. Else statement we have already covered it. Shorthand if, that is also important. So let me tell you how it works.
Okay.
Shorthand if, actually it is a shorthand of if else, elif what we call it. Let's say if I take the same example, A is greater than B and this one. Okay. So if I say like A is greater than B, I use here A is greater than. I will copy this. I'm not changing this one. The shorthand it is very helpful. Means you just want to reduce a line to reduce the lines of code. You use shorthand if. How it works? If A is equal to 5, B is equal to 200 and all. Now, what we will do? We will do in one line only. How? Just see the syntax here. So in one line, first use the print A. Print A if A is greater than B. Else print B. Very simple one, right?
Okay. Okay.
Just use this one.
But the previous one looks more understandable.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely correct. Yes, because you are doing the same thing here. Print A, understand in that way. Print A if A is greater than B, else print
B.
So it will print B. Yeah, tell me.
So how will you do that in multiple choices?
Elif, multiple elif you are talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
See here.
But we can use, I mean, anything is fine, right? So is there from performance standpoint, do you prefer the shorthand if?
Performance point of view, you will be using if else only, but shorthand if else you will get some interview questions or
Oh, okay. Okay, fine,
So
fine.
you should be aware about that.
I should be aware. Okay, got you.
Okay, what else is here? Logical operators and conditional statements. So that's absolutely fine. The thing important part is and operator actually.
Okay,
And operator or operators. So this is mostly you will be using in your programming. What else is here? Nested if. Within the if statement, you can use another if.
another if.
The pass statement. Are you aware about pass?
No.
Someone says, hey, write one logic. Just mention if A is greater than B, then your friend say, okay, okay, my manager is calling, I'm going, okay, I will come. So you will say, Arey, tell me what to write here, right? How I will be able to understand. Just
Okay.
okay, okay, just write the condition only. I will tell you later and compile it. Hey, how I will compile? I don't know what to write there, right? There should be something to be written. Hey, yeah, come on, you are using Python, yeah. Just use pass statement and it will be compiled. Oh, is it? Let's try it. You are having two variable A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and you have condition A is greater than B. Then you just mention pass. So pass means currently you are not sure what to write, but
We want execution to go on.
there will be no execution because you don't have any condition and all, right?
Okay.
If you run this program, it will not give you any error. That's why then that's pass means you are not sure what to write currently in the logic, but just you want to compile your programs or something. So pass is a way to do that stuff actually.
Okay.
With the help of pass you can. So we can call it if statement can be left empty. But if for some reason you have if statement with no content, put pass statement to avoid any error. So remember, even I can.
So in real time, will we be using this way of code?
We will be using this way in case of classes. Suppose classes and inheritance. Inheritance, you can create your own class. There's no need to write the content, just inherit the functions or methods of other class in your class. So you can do in that case in your class you can use pass statement. Means you have created your class and you are inheriting the data from other classes. In that case pass is helpful.
That's all about today's class. Please do lots of practice and come up with the doubts. Thank you very much, guys.